So, should you have multiple YouTube channels? Well, this is a very, very interesting question because it really depends. That is the ultimate answer. I'm going to give it to you right now. So let's dive into why it depends. Sometimes it's a very good idea to have multiple YouTube channels, but other times it's a very bad idea. It really honestly depends. As I keep saying, the word of the day is depends. We at Tube Mastery run over 9 different YouTube channels in different niches, and honestly, most of the time we're just making a new YouTube channel, but it really depends on if the content you're making is similar to the content that is actually going viral in the algorithm. But enough about why it's a bad idea. Let's start off with why multiple channels is a good idea. To begin, multiple channels are a good idea if you upload different types of content and you're looking to branch out. For example, if I'm making videos about playing FIFA and it's gaming, that sort of thing, but I also want to make videos about maybe beauty stuff, completely different, then that is when you should start a new YouTube channel completely. Because if someone subscribes to one piece of content, then they're expecting that similar piece of content to actually be similar as well. Because if you're posting videos about, for example, gaming and FIFA, and they're seeing beauty stuff come up, they're going to be like, why did I subscribe to this guy or girl? I didn't even mean to hit that subscribe button now, because they're just not going to be interested, So if you start another channel doing that sort of content that's different, that will be for the best, because it's not going to hinder subscribers who are already watching your videos. Obviously, you can promote the channel and say, I'm doing this type of content on my other channel. If you want to check it out, the link's down in the description. You can say that sort of thing, and people will subscribe if they're interested. You might even get a lot of people subscribing, but you're also not going to hinder your current channel's performance by doing this. And now you might be thinking, why would it hinder my own channel's performance? Well, let me tell you right now. Your current content might be doing well on your YouTube channel, but if you're starting to post other completely different content, then your videos are going to go to the homepage suggested feed straight away if your videos and channel are doing well, and people aren't going to click on it, and that's going to hinder your channel's performance. You're basically going to have a lower CTR, which tells YouTube that people don't want to watch your videos and they don't care about that video, and then it's going to hinder your whole channel's performance if you're doing that. You're going to have a lower subscriber to viewer ratio as well, because people just aren't going to care as much, pretty much, and it's not going to help your videos in the algorithm. Obviously, these are reasons why having multiple channels is a good idea, and it's harder to implement metadata into one channel when you're creating all these types of content. But multiple channels are a good idea if you need a different creative outlet. It might help your brain work better if you're creating more content as well. That's just how I look at it as well. Some people work better if they're creating more and more stuff. You might be creating videos that are in a different language, which is another reason why it's a good idea to create multiple channels. We go over some of those channels in a different video. Check it out down below. Also, creating multiple channels is a good idea if you have the means to outsource the work, and if you actually have people in place to actually create these videos for you. Then I recommend to create multiple channels because you have the bandwidth to be able to do it. Really, it just depends on your situation. So that's why I said it depends at the beginning, because it really does depend. I think ultimately it comes down to your situation and where you're at in terms of your content creation. If you're just getting started, then multiple channels is probably not a good idea. So that's why we're going to get into why it's a bad idea to create multiple channels. At the beginning, when you're just starting out your first YouTube channel, I'd recommend to just start with one channel to begin and grow that, scale it up, and then focus on creating another channel after that. You don't want to just spend time making multiple channels and hope for the best. You want to put all your effort into one channel, make it work, and then you can actually understand YouTube even more yourself, because you'll understand the algorithm, how it all works, and you'll be an expert, and then you'll be able to create even more channels. Basically, if you don't even have the time to create videos for one channel, then you can't expect to create even more channels. So multiple channels is a bad idea in that case. So basically, get your current channel running well and then outsource parts of it, and then you can think about creating another channel, because that is when you'll have more time and you'll be able to scale it up and have a team in place that can work on multiple channels with you. So that's why it basically depends on what style of videos you're making, and basically how much time you have in your hands, how much money you have to spend on outsourcing content, because that is ultimately what's going to help you scale up the businesses and channels that you're running. It really depends on your situation, like I said again, but I'd recommend it basically if you're a beginner to basically start with one channel only, but then once you've grown out that channel, you can focus on making more channels and double your income even more. So if you're a beginner and you want to find out how you can actually make money by not creating any videos using your face or voice, then check out this video right here and we'll dive deep into how you can actually create these videos and get them up and running and making money on YouTube